Hello and welcome to Full Send Broadcast Network, here tonight with the Southern Excitement Racing League Truck Series presented by Sim Racer Hub. Tonight, joining me in the booth is Roger Pierce. How you doing tonight, Roger?
Doing pretty good, man. You ready for Dega?
Oh, cannot wait, man. A lot of these drivers out here been running the 24 hours of Daytona all day, and now they're getting ready to run 75 laps around the 2.66 mile Talladega Super Speedway here just outside of Talladega, Alabama. I'm ready for this. Some 2, 3, possibly 4 wide racing going on tonight. Let's take a look at our pre-race info here presented by Sim Racer Hub. Like I said before, Talladega Super Speedway, 2.66 miles. The ambient temperature is 79 degrees Fahrenheit. The track surface temperature is 94. 53% humidity, partly cloudy, 2-mile-an-hour winds. They're going to be doing 75 laps around this track and with a stage at lap 30, and they're going to award the top 10 there with bonus points, with 10 points going to the stage winner and 1 point going to 10th. No caution will be thrown at the end of lap 30, but to signify the end of the stage, they will keep it green unless a natural occurring caution happens. They're going to have a 65% fuel load, 4 sets of tires, 1 fast repair, and that's going to be crucial tonight, as most of the times when you're involved in a incident here, it is not of your own doing, and then that 1 fast repair quickly goes away. And that's just going to be key to making it to the end of the race, and try to save that 1 fast repair for the end in case you have to have it. And the question that we have tonight is, who will have the luck to make it through tonight, get max points, and make it to the round of 8, as this is a cutoff race dropping down from 12 drivers down to 8 here in the Southern Excitement Racing League Truck Series playoffs. Now, Roger, what are your expectations tonight for this race, as practice here is about to be winding down completely?
Probably single file high line racing for the most part. Until about 10 to go. But there is stages in this, correct? 1 stage?
1 stage, but there's not a stage break.
So 10 to go in the stage and 10 to go for the finish. But other than that, you'll probably see a lot of single file.
Yeah, and as practice has about 10 seconds left in it, Christopher Howell in the 18 is sitting on top of the leaderboard here on quick time with a 52.521. Jamie Dunning in second with a 52.531, and Matt Crockett in third with a 52.637. And those are your top 3 here in practice on the speed charts. As the checkered flag flies on practice, we are now heading into qualifying. We're going to check out and see who can get the best single car lap time here. Waiting for a couple of drivers to get on pit road here. Looks like we have 4 on track right now. We'll follow along with the 27 of Jonathan Cogswell. He is out and about right there, coming off of pit road. Going to be trying to get that car wound up. Like he's going to sound like he dropped a gear right there as he came across the blue cone.
Sorry, I'm having issues. I cannot watch qualifying.
Right now, we have 4 drivers on track, with 1 driver sitting on the end of pit road, as we see Jonathan Cogswell now working his way through the tri-oval, running that high lane, trying to get that 27 machine wound up. Probably going to see him run that high lane on this lap here as he takes the green flag for his qualifying. Christopher Howell not too far behind on his green flag run now in that 18 throttle up racing machine. For those of you tuning in tonight, let me know how it sounds. I have adjusted the sound level of the cars and of the microphone that I use. But keep me posted on if I should change anything on the sound levels, because I just got a new mic and I noticed last week that my voice was not very loud. Hopefully I have fixed that. Christopher Howell comes around. Gonna have Cogswell and Howell put up times right there. Howell's gonna go to the top spot. George Jewell is going to the top spot right there with a 56.199. James McCanney working his way down the back stretch on his green flag lap.
Well, I can see intervals, and I can tell you that they're from the intervals. Looks like they're running that low line. Am I correct?
Yes, on the second lap, like we're seeing Jonathan Cogswell now, who's P3. He is hugging that yellow line right now, and he is getting after it, trying to hold a steady wheel. Makes his way out of turn 4, looks like. Yes, as he comes through the tri-oval now. James McCanney goes up to P2. We're about to see Cogswell, Howell, and Jewell get their second laps done. There comes Cogswell. Gonna put him up. Oh, he's gonna stay P3. George Jewell and Christopher Howell get their laps, and that's gonna put Christopher Howell in the top spot with a 56.180. Gonna watch James McCanney for a moment. Dustin Madsen coming out onto the track in that 6 machine. Gonna hold that yellow line right there through the tri-oval, and you see it gets a little rough right there on the yellow line. Comes across the line. It's going to be a 56.279. That's going to keep him at P4. Going to go over and look at Dustin Madsen now in the 6 machine. Nice looking paint scheme there. Got the Makita colors this weekend.
James McCanney just crossed the line? Is that what it looked like?
Yes, he crossed the line last time by. He's sitting P4 right now. We see Dustin Madsen on his green flag lap right now on his first of 2. He's opting to run the yellow line on the first green flag lap. Makes his way to turns 3 right there. John J. McIntyre out on the track as well. Dustin Madsen looking really good right now. Take the top spot from Christopher Howell. Crosses the line. Goes to P2 on his first lap of 56.186, 6/1000th slower than Christopher Howell. Dustin Madsen working his way out of turn 4 here. Trying to hold a very steady wheel coming to the line. Run that low line through the tri-oval. One thing that's unique to Talladega is as we see him right there across the line, it's going to be a 56.233. It's going to be a slower lap time that time by. But like I was just saying, though, the one unique thing about Talladega Superspeedway is normally the start-finish line is in the middle of the tri-oval, Well, here it's about 600 feet past the tri-oval between the tri-oval and turn 1, which allows for some fantastic photo finishes as they try to get these runs through the tri-oval to make a move on the leader. And normally that's where you get these side-by-side finishes within 1,000th or 2 of each other. John McIntyre comes across the line P4 with a 56.209. Dakota Camper's out on the track now. Come across the line of 56.282. Go take a ride along with Dakota Camper in that 3 machine. We have Kelly Poynor joining us in the chat right now. Stuck at work once again there. Appreciate you tuning in, Kelly. Go to Camper working on his green flag lap right now as he dives it off into turn 3. He's the only truck on track at the moment with about a minute and 10 seconds left in qualifying. He'll be able to get, I believe he'll be able to get his second lap in. He waited till the last second to get out there. We see him come across the line now. Gonna put him P4 on his first lap. Really got to be scooting to be able to get this second lap in the books. Working through turns 3 and 4, he has 20 seconds to get back to the line for this lap to count. It's going to be close. As he is going to choose to not take his second lap and just bring it down pit road. Qualifying has ended. We are now waiting for the grid. They're going to grid right there at the start-finish line. Let's bring you the starting lineup here presented by Sim Racer Hub and see where your favorite driver stacks up here. On the pole, Christopher Howell with that 56.180. Dustin Matson in second. Third, George Jewell. Fourth, Dakota Camper. Fifth, John McIntyre. Sixth, Jonathan Cogswell. Seventh, James McCanney. Eighth, Justin Michael. Ninth, Kevin Franks. 10th, Jamie Dunning. 11th, Matt Crockett. And you see Roger Pierce there in that 110 machine. Sitting in 12th, he is not actually in the field. He is in the broadcast booth with me. And that's your official starting lineup here in the Southern Excitement Racing League Truck Series presented by Sim Racer Hub. For all your league stat needs, go to www.simracerhub.com. Put in all your league information and how your point structure works, and it will keep track of your points, stats, and everything else to go along with your league. At simracerhub.com. Go check them out and they'll get you fixed up.
Sorry about that. I am back. Was having major technical difficulties.
Well, welcome back, Roger. We just went through the grid there here on the Full Sim Broadcast Network. We appreciate all of you tuning in tonight. Definitely going to be an exciting race. See the field gridding up. Waiting for them to roll off of the grid here. There they go.
Ooh, Talladega. This is gonna be fast and
intense.
fun. Yeah. I'm gonna keep an eye on that 3 truck of Dakota Camper.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be a guy to watch out for. But one man that I'm keeping my eye on is definitely going to be that 5 truck right there of Matt Crockett. He had a fantastic weekend last week. And he's in the playoffs currently and looking to make it to the round of 8. So he's going to be hungry to get that first win of the season here in the Southern Excitement Racing League Truck Series. Running that Utah foster care paint. Big supporter there of his and him of theirs. Can't talk highly enough of the Utah foster care. The field makes their way through turns 3 and 4 here, getting ready to go green. See, the lights are off on the pace truck. We're just waiting for that truck to make that hard left turn down pit road. Get this thing underway.
Is that 5 truck in a 38 paint scheme right now? Oh, no, my apologies. I see it now.
There goes the pace truck. The field now relying on pace speed out of the 18 of Christopher Howell. They make their way through the tri-oval. This is the longest stretch. See the field there coming around. Flagman holding up the green flag. Green flag is out at Talladega here in the Southern Excitement Racing League Truck Series, brought to you by Sim Racer Hub.
Howell got a great jump right there, but you don't want to get too far ahead. The draft will pull you back.
No going single file at the moment. Ooh, a little bit of a diciness right there at the 07 of George Jewell.
But the 3 truck of Dakota Camper with a great push to the 6 of Dustin Madsen.
Dustin Madsen gonna lead this first lap here. Dakota Camper hot on his heels. Had a few drivers from the high line drop down and get in line in the inside lane.
Jonathan Cogswell is up 3 spots already.
Here comes Christopher Howell with a huge run from the 87 of Justin Michael. Getting a huge run, going to push the 18 back out to the lead here.
Smart by the 18, dropping down though. Let's see if he'll be able to block both lines.
Not going to be able to. Justin Michael's already there with Jamie Dunning in tow.
What a push by Jamie Dunning.
Now Justin Michael's going to drop down the inside line, barely clearing the 18 of Howell. Those of you tuning in just now, we appreciate it here at the Full Send Broadcast Network. You haven't missed much yet. A little bit of jockeying for position as we've completed 2 laps, now working on lap 3 here of a 75-lap race from Talladega Superspeedway in the Southern Excitement Racing League Truck Series presented by Sim Racer. These drivers not giving up at all, not wanting to go single file.
Yeah, they didn't listen to what I said, I'll tell you that. Don't lie. That 2 of McIntyre's a little bit loose, it looks like, with the push. But the 98 of Kevin Frank's trying to make it 3 wide.
He's going to fall back right now. Looks like he stepped out of line to go back.
I thought he clipped the wall. Running that Larson line, that's what we're going to call that.
These drivers not wanting to just ride around one bit.
No, not at all. Jamie Dunning in the 54 is up 8 spots.
It's a big jump already. Up 8 spots to the lead for the 54. Let's take a look at their speeds this last time by. See what they were. Upwards of 190 miles an hour. Justin Michael at the line ran 195 miles an hour. That is blistering fast for these big boxy trucks. Oh, as we have trucks in the wall. Looks like the 27 of Cogswell and the 15 of McCann rushing the wall right there down the backstretch. That's going to make the field go single file here. Let's go take a look and see how much damage are on these trucks.
Maybe a bad push.
It's kind of what it looked like, as you see the 15 right there. He has a little bit of fender damage, and the right side of that truck is all scraped up.
Going back and ride with Jonathan. Yeah, the 15 just gave him a tap, and they were already inches from the wall.
Cogswell in the 27 able to stay in the draft at the end of the field, but it looks like McCann is gonna possibly keep the draft. It's a little too early to tell.
Cogswell's right side of that truck is flattened.
We go back up here to the front. Jamie Dunning in the 54 is still leading here with Justin Michael in second. Third is Christopher Howe. Fourth, Dustin Madsen. In fifth, Dakota Camper in the 3. Sixth is John McIntyre. Seventh is Kevin Franks. Scratch that. Seventh is now George Jewell. Eighth is Kevin Franks. Ninth is Jonathan Cogswell. 10th, Matt Crockett. And 11th, James McCanny.
These guys do not want to sit still. They just want to go. And I mean, it's Talladega. There's the 2 of McIntyre's a little bit loose.
And the one thing that really makes super speedway racing really fun is when you have a smaller field like this, it really allows you to try things that you really wouldn't want to try with a bigger field. But it's always kind of fun to kind of go to the back, work your way back up to the front, and so on and so forth. As the majority of the field is single file.
Super speedway racing is definitely a talent of its own. A lot of people just think it's pedal down and go. There's actually a lot of strategy when it comes to this kind of racing, and I know personally for myself and for you, from what I've seen when racing, you kind of hang in the back, you see how everyone else drives, and then you go for it. Well, these guys have all driven with each other for how many races now, so they understand the driving technique by a lot of these guys. So I respect the get up and go right now. I mean, the 98 of Frank's trying to get that second line moving.
Yeah, it's like you were saying, these guys, once you race with a same group of guys week in, week out, you really get to know who you can and can't work with, especially at a plate race. And it really shows as the race goes on, as Kevin Franks really does not want to sit behind the two of McIntyre.
No, he does not. He is McIntyre with a huge block to Franks, and Franks was not happy with that one.
McIntyre barely squeezing down in front of the 15 of McCanny.
I just got to say, that 6 truck of Madsen, I love that rim choice. It just, that Fanatec paint scheme with the lime rims, it's a good looking truck.
Yeah, it really pops. They've completed 9 laps now, working on lap 10. Jamie Dunning is still your leader. What do you say we take a look back from the back bumper of Dunning at Justin Michael? Fantastic shot here. We'll get to see how close these trucks really are to each other. A little bit of a bump there.
Yeah, as these guys go single file, a lot of them kind of knew it was gonna come down to that. Matt Crockett and Franks, they're trying. They're going to keep trying that middle lane, which, if they get the side draft, it may work for them. But yeah, there's a lot of shoving going on up front.
But very controlled, though, as you've seen right there on the broadcast. We're really just kind of gently pushing on each other. Now, these two right here, the 5 of Matt Crockett and the 98 of Kevin Franks, they're done riding around in the back. They're seeing what they can do by themselves on the high side to try to take the lead. And they are coming with a head of steam right now.
Those trucks are very glued together. That's what we were talking about last lap. I said they were trying to make that middle line work. Well, they made it work. That's the side draft, and pretty much knowing if you got a driver that you know that you can push and they know that they can handle the truck, that's the best thing for you to play track. And that right there, that's teamwork to a T, and they are going to the front.
Yes, they are, as it looks like Kevin Franks may lead this lap. He will put the 98 in the lead, the 5 in second. And look here, you got the 2 of McIntyre and the 15 of McCanny all the way back up to 4th from that earlier incident. And there's the 27 of Cogswell. That high line, very organized. As you see McCanny dropping down, they're going to try to leave Cogswell and Crockett up to dry on the high line. Pretty sure Matt Crockett's going to remember that towards the end of the race.
Yeah, that McIntyre, very aggressive. I'm curious to see who's going to work with him at the end, if you understand what I'm saying. Now, what we haven't discussed yet, though, is the manufacturer's body styles. So they all have different noses, and Ford can push, but Ford and Chevy, you got to hit that square on the bumper. If you do this to the left a little bit, or to the right, as we saw with Cogswell, these trucks can be turned very easily.
Yeah, noses on these trucks, they are a little finicky, but not near as bad as the Cup cars, the Gen 6 or the next gen, or some people call them Gen 7s. They, like the Chevrolet noses on those cars, they are pointed to an extreme point. Oh, as the 98 gets turned off the nose of the 2, Kevin Frank's going to lock it down, not hit anything.
That's a broadcaster's curse. Oh, just talking about the noses and the pushing.
As that's going to shake the field up a little bit. They're going to stay single file for the most part. A little bit of a pucker factor from a lot of the drivers there. Let's try to go back and see what happened there. We go back here on the replay. See the 2 pushing the 98 through the tri-oval. And right there, the 2 gets a little bit of a run because the 98 gets pushed up out of the groove a little bit. So he's going to dip it down below the 98 and just not enough room. He's just going to spin the 98 around. Kevin Frank's luckily able to lock it down and not hit anything. As the yellow comes out, let's go back live and see if we can figure out what happened. Looks like the 2 of John McIntyre and the 15 maybe of McCanny involved. Let's go see if we can figure out what happened there. We see right here the 2 and the 15. Oh, wow, that happened actually pretty quick. Looks like they were able to keep it going fairly well. Let's
looked like the 2 just tried to clear himself and just wasn't clear.
Yeah, let's go back and take a look at that in slow motion here. See the 2 trying to go up to block the 27's run, so the 15's going to take it to the inside. Going to put the 2-3 wide, and he just comes down and is not clear. And going to spin himself off the nose of the 15. Really odd incident there. I mean, definitely a racing incident. But to have 2 similar incidents like that within a lap and a half of each other really goes to show that these guys are not giving up 1 inch out here, even early in this race.
Yeah, both incidents were involved in that two truck as well.
As the majority of the field is going to be coming down pit road now. Getting 4 tires and fuel. Repairing a little bit of damage if they have it.
Be curious to see how Jonathan Cogswell, see how much damage he may have.
We see some drivers take left sides only.
Yeah.
Christopher Howell going to win the race off pit road, followed by the 87 of Michael, the 27 of Cogswell. Jamie Dunning in 4th, Dakota Camper in 5th, Matt Crockett in 6th, Dustin Madsen in 7th, George Jewell going to get 8th, John J. McIntyre in 9th, James McCanny in 10th, and rounding out the field in 11th off of pit road is the 98 of Kevin Franks.
One thing I saw on pit road is Jonathan Cogswell, that right front fender is pushed in, so maybe he got a little bit more damage off that wall than I originally assumed.
Yeah, he had quite a bit of damage on that 27 machine.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think it'd be too bad. I think, and I'm just gonna make a guess here, that 15 used a fast repair because his side damage disappeared rather quickly.
That is a possibility, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if there's a way I can go back and see, but if he did, it's a risky move.
As some of the field are going to come back down pit road. Interesting strategy there.
75 laps. I'm still learning about this league. Do they run 100% fuel or do they?
They run 65% fuel.
Okay.
And it looks like they are just going to top off on fuel under a second stop here. Possibly expecting a full fuel run here and maybe trying to stretch it out a little bit to the end. A little bit of an off-sequence caution here that could have turned this race into a fuel mileage race.
Yeah. That is definitely an interesting one, I think. I think they're still gonna have to stop one more time.
Yeah, I believe they will have to stop again, but maybe those drivers are trying to make it to a one-stop race.
I'm trying to think what the fuel mileage is in these trucks. Drawing a blank. I want to say it's around 40 laps, isn't it? 40, 45?
It may actually be closer to 30 maybe with 65% fuel. 65.
Okay. I mean, yeah, this is definitely, they could definitely turn that into a one stop. I mean, it's Talladega, it's super speedway racing. There's probably going to be another caution. So
now I have been in a fuel mileage race at Talladega before, and it was a weird, interesting way it played out as the leaders were trying to save fuel, and I had pulled up to them and I was saving fuel myself. And once I got in their draft, I was able to run quarter throttle, and we had slowed down so much we were running 160 around the track trying to save as much fuel, and the top three ran out of gas. And as the green flag comes back out here, Jonathan Cogswell gets a huge jump. Dakota Camper gets a decent jump as well. The 54 of Dunning and the 6 of Madsen. Lone Wolf's on the high lane. They're going to probably jump down the line here. I say that. They're not. They're going to get this huge run over the 27 of Cogswell, and they're going to take the lead here. Dakota Camper going to jump up right behind them.
Yeah, Cogswell was left high and dry there. At 54, Dunning and 6 of Madsen are moving. Ooh. See the 54 kind of come up just half a lane, and that 6 lifted because he didn't want to give him that push. I'm gonna butcher your name. I saw your count. Poynor. Yep.
That's Kelly Poynor.
Poynor. Okay. He said 12 gallons.
Most of the field is single file. You got a couple up there in the high lane. That's the 87 of Michael and the 18 of Hal trying to work together to go to the front like Franks and Crockett did earlier in the race, as the 2 of McIntyre are going to jump up behind them. And they're coming with a head of steam right now in this middle lane.
Yeah, Justin Michael is not getting off that bumper of Howell, and they're going to the front. McIntyre kind of laid back a little bit. I don't know if he got a bad line.
18 of Howell got loose a little bit right there.
Yeah, Michael was aggressive with the pushing. Great save by the 18 though.
And good job of the 87 noticing that and able to back off and not agitate the situation any further.
As they come off the corner again, the 87 was wobbling that middle lane, and that 18 came out with a great push and holding it down. Yeah, watch that 87 wobble in the corner.
Let's go right along with the 87 and with the visor cam and see what it looks like from his perspective. You can see he is completely blind to what's going on in front of him. Ooh, big. That was almost a big moment right there. Michael had to get out of throttle big time.
Yeah, but look at that steering input. He's barely turning that wheel.
Huge run down the backstretch here.
Oh, yep.
Oh, the 2 and the 15. Big moment for the 2 right there. Big moment. Two by two, 3 rows deep. So we have 7 laps now to the end of the stage. The 2 of McIntyre are going to jump to the inside lane. 4 versus 2. Let's see how this plays out.
It was 6 versus 2 the last time. Oh, is McCanny with a? No, that was Cogwell. They're just all over the place. I don't even.
I was fixing to say these back 4 need to get linked up pretty good because they're racing back there and they're starting to lose the pack a little bit. Looks like they're going to get pulled right back up to him now.
The 18 of Howell and 87 of Michael are definitely keeping up with those 4 trucks. They're curious to see because Michael is full bore to the floor. Yeah, floorboard deep as his bumper said. He on the backstretch pushing that 18, but he has to lift a lot in the corner.
Yeah, these drivers definitely not giving up, especially now as we're coming to 5 laps to go to the stage end here. Full camera view here. These drivers giving it their all with 5 laps to go in the stage. Trying to get every point that they can to make it to the round of 8. This is a cutoff race. We go from 12 drivers in the playoffs to 8.
Yeah, these guys are giving it their all right now. Everyone's bunched back together. 2 lanes, great racing. This is exactly what you want to see at a plate track.
That high lane losing a little bit of momentum there.
Yeah, they want to get reorganized. They try to stay together. bumper to bumper. They're going to get a really good push here down the backstretch, though. 87's already starting to push. Cogswell's coming up. He's going to get a good run here.
This is definitely going to be a side-by-side finish for the stage. Unless a caution comes out, it's definitely shaping up to be an exciting stage end.
And great truck awareness by Justin Michael, knowing that nose is not going to line up perfectly with that Silverado, because he is lifting a lot in the corner to try to save them from both spinning.
Starting to kind of fall apart now. The 87 and the 18 though, sticking together. Marriage of convenience between these two. Really trying to get to the front here and get max points. Don't look now, that 5 of Matt Crockett jumping up to the high lane. He's going to try to get to the back bumper of Cogswell in the 27.
That 18 got loose again off that corner.
Do you think we'll see some 3 wide here on the last lap of the stage?
Watch Dakota Camper. Him and the 6 of Matson might make a move, but I definitely would watch that 2 truck of McIntyre as well. He's been super aggressive. You'll see. I believe you'll see 3 wide. I say that. And they're still 2x2, but
Kelly Poydmore asked about the current point standings. Unfortunately, I tried to update him this evening. Oh, his 18 Hal makes a huge move to the inside line in front of Jamie Dunning. He's going to assume the lead on the inside lane.
What a drops the 18, because he just sent it down there and it could have hit that yellow line, and that would have been caution for everybody. But look
back,
at Michael.
White flag is out for the stage. But like I was saying a while ago, we tried to update the point standings as they were, and the overlay was not cooperating and letting me insert the points as they came in. That's the unfortunate circumstances of tonight. But we will keep hard at it and try to keep bringing the points as much as we can. They're working their way through turns 3 and 4 now, heading to the checkered flag of the stage. Christopher Howell on the inside. He's going to go up, try to block 54 Jamie Dunning. Dunning with a huge run. Here comes Matson.
Oh, save it! Oh,
he's going to save it 3 wide to the line here. Justin Michael's going to take the stage in the 87. Holy cow. I cannot believe Christopher Howell was able to save that with how sideways that truck was.
Wow.
That was unbelievable wheel work out of 18 right there.
I was watching that as a fan, waiting to see it, and like, oh, Michael did the same move as Howell did. Oh, these guys are crazy. I don't even.
This is crazy, and we're not even halfway yet.
Like, I mean, I get it. You got a fast repair.
We got cars in the grass. How did they save that? The 5 of Crockett and the 15 of McCanney. Let's go back and take a look at that. That was insane. You see the 5 of Crockett up here on the high side. We're going to slow this down right before the point of contact. Like it was roughly right off in here. Here comes the 15 of McCanney. It looks like 27 of Cogswell tried to come down to fit in line. and the 5 of Crockett was going to follow him, but did not know the 15 of McCanny was there. I cannot believe them drivers saved that.
That was I'm a fan. I mean, I've done a couple of these races with you so far in the SCRO league, and these drivers can wheel. Like
that is insane. I've never seen trucks get so sideways and able to hold on to it and keep it safe. I mean, surely any other drivers, those trucks would be gone right now. They'd be off through the infield into the pit wall.
I don't even know. I have no words. That was an incredible save.
Yes, it
was crazy. And I mean, they're behind, but those two could definitely get together and bumper to bumper and not catch the lead pack, but at least stay decent.
Yeah, that's insane. For those of you tuning in tonight, we greatly appreciate it here at the Full Send Broadcast Network. Tonight we have the Southern Excitement Racing League Truck Series presented by Sim Racer Hub. For all your sim racing league needs, go to www.simracerhub.com. Input all your league information, and they will get you fixed up to keep track of your league points, stats, and everything else that goes along with running a league. Go check them out, simracerhub.com. Justin Michael in the 87, your current leader as the field, majority-wise, is single file. Christopher Howell in the 18 is in second. Jamie Dunning in third. Fourth, Dustin Madsen. Fifth, John McIntyre. Sixth, Jonathan Cogswell. Seventh, Dakota Camper. Eighth is George Jewell. Ninth, Matt Crockett. 10th, James McCanny. And 11th is Kevin Franks.
I was gonna say, you think these guys settled down a little bit? They're running single file, but that 2, he was a little jumpy.
I don't know, but these guys, I believe that last lap right there for the stage ending, that might have opened a lot of their eyes. I know a lot of them are really tired right now because most of them have ran stints in the 24 hours at Daytona started yesterday evening, drove all through the night and part of the day here on the sim, and then they turn around and they're going to run the trucks here tonight at Talladega. Lots of tense racing for these guys.
I don't know what the 2's drinking, but I want some of it. That man is wheeling that truck, trying to figure out a line. He's going to be a contender. The McIntyre, he is.
Yeah, he's definitely been looking fast all night, trying to make some moves. Granted, a couple of them have come back and bit him, but overall staying on the lead lap and still trying to make some big money moves out there. Wouldn't count him out one bit. But I'm telling you, though, the man that I'm looking for right now, that 5 of Matt Crockett, who was just involved in that incident with that huge save. Granted, they're back here. Him and McCanny in the 15 are pretty far back. Let's take a look at how far back they actually are. About 12 and a half seconds from the leader right now. Not in any danger of going a lap down at the moment as long as they stay together. But he's definitely one of those to lay back, especially at these plate tracks. And later in the race, really just come out of nowhere and try to get a great finish out of it.
Would you believe me if I told you that they're catching the lead pack?
Really? Let's take a look at the battle box here.
Just a little bit. Now there aren't. Well, I was looking for a minute. They cut it. Yeah, right there in the corners. It looks like, or the straights. They're.
Yeah, they're down to 11.2 seconds. Back to the '07 of George Jewell. Let's keep an eye on this battle box here and see if they actually make any more gains. Yeah, they're actually making some gains.
I was looking at it. I wasn't sure if I was reading it correctly or not.
Holy God, they just gained 2/10 down the back stretch.
Yeah, for some reason with these trucks, I feel like a tandem duo, kind of like, what year was that? Was that 07, 08?
Jonathan Cogswell is on pit lane. And so is the 15 of McCanny. That's going to leave Matt Crockett out there by himself, going to be losing a ton of time. 27 has a lot of damage on the right side of that truck. Did he use his fast repair that last incident that he was in?
Cogswell? No. Let me go back and see if something happened, or he just pit on his own right.
Oh, we have the whole field coming down pit road now.
I think our fuel gauge was way off.
Pit road just got very busy. We'll have to see if anybody got any pit road speeding penalties. It looked like Christopher Howell was locked up whenever we clicked over to him. Looks like fuel only for the 18 and the 6. Looks like everybody made it on and off pit road just fine.
That's an achievement in its own right.
Matt Crockett come down pit road. Here comes George Jewell. Now here's going to be the interesting part here. How far apart are these guys going to be spread out after doing green flag stops here? Now, if my calculations are correct, they're going to have to stop one more time to make it to the end here, barring a caution coming out.
Well, this is what interests me, because we had that decent group of trucks that came in for fuel. And I believe, didn't everyone came down, correct?
Yeah, everyone's come down and gotten fuel. Yeah, that core group of trucks, I believe it was, matter of fact, I believe it was all these trucks we're looking at right now of Hal, Dunn, Camper, Madsen, and Michael. I believe all these trucks came down and got fuel in that last caution lap.
I think our fuel estimation was way off. Because they all came down together. How many laps did they do? 20.
Yeah, let's pull up the stint length for you to see it on the graph here. Looks like 21 and 22 laps. Looks like George Jewell ran 23. So it's gonna be close. Some of these guys may be running on fumes by the time the checkered flag flies here.
I think they're gonna have to stop one more time, and they're gonna probably have to save 5 laps of fuel.
And Kelly Poynor asked, how much would it be to become a sponsor of the series? That I do not know. On the broadcasting side of this, you'll have to get in contact with Southern Excitement Racing League to get more information on becoming a partner in the Southern Excitement Racing League Truck Series, Next Gen Series, or Cup Series that they have coming up.
Yeah, I was going to leave that question for you because I did not know.
Yeah, about the time I was going to get to it is when they all started coming down pit road and we got a little sidetracked, but still went back and answered the questions there coming up in the chat.
Yes. I know you said the 5 of Crockett, but you got a dark horse pick?
Oh, my dark horse pick. That's a tough one.
Don't take mine. Don't take mine.
If I had to pick a dark horse, I would say, man, there's not really a dark horse in this field. I would have to say the 07 of George Jewell right there. Haven't really talked much about him all night. He's just kind of minding his own business, racing back there quietly. I can see him really coming out of nowhere and really snagging this thing. He actually stretched the fuel out the furthest of the field by running an extra lap. So maybe he has that extra lap of cushion of fuel to make it there to the end.
That's a hell of a calculation you got there. They are getting about 0.523 miles per gallon.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Props to Kelly Poynor there in the chat doing the quick maths, pulling it out of the calculator there. I would cry if I got that kind of fuel mileage.
Yeah, I mean, I drive a truck and it's not that bad. So, I like the 87 of Michael. I talked a lot about him last week. The dude can wheel. He runs that high line. I've not seen him on a super, so this is my first time, but from what it looks like, he's got a strategy in mind. I like it. I'm going with Jonathan Cogswell as my dark horse. I picked him last week in the Next Gen Southern Excitement Racing League, and he won it. So I'm going to try to bring that good luck to him again here tonight and pick him for the Truck Series.
Now, one thing that's going to be interesting to look for after tonight is tomorrow night in the Southern Excitement Racing League Next Gen Series. These drivers are going to be going back to Talladega in the Next Gen cars tomorrow night here on the Full Sun Broadcast Network. And it's going to be interesting to see if any of these guys that run both series are going to learn anything and transfer it over to the Next Gens for tomorrow night and see if it pays off for them.
Well, you and I did a broadcast together of a Next Gen race at Daytona. Was it Daytona? And it was Next Gens.
Yes. Yeah.
And we learned a lot during that race and that draft package. There's going to be a lot to talk about tomorrow night because they are those Next Gens are very different in the draft. That's what I can say.
Yes, yeah, it's very difficult to make a pass with those. But when you do get up next to someone, you have to rely so heavily on the side draft. That's where a lot of incidents comes from. It's just slight movements of the wheel between the two drivers, and that's it.
Yeah, we saw a lot of that. So excited to see that tomorrow night. I'm not gonna say if I'll be there or not yet. We'll figure that out. I know Michael runs both of those, so that'll be interesting to see. Cogswell as well, and Camper, and trying to remember all these guys. Still learning these numbers and names, but it's getting a lot easier and better. And just to see these guys drive all these different series and be able to maintain the consistency, that's what's impressive to me.
Yeah, able to go back and forth between all these different disciplines. It's very interesting to see how great these drivers are at really being able to go from a big boxy truck to a next gen that will turn on a dime, and then go back to a late model on a short track and rip it up around there with a very loose setup there. I mean, it just goes to show how talented these drivers are here in the Southern Excitement Racing League, and really shows the focus that a lot of these drivers have here tonight after running the 24 hours of Daytona.
Yeah, I mean, I know we discussed running that. We ended up not doing it. And if we would have ran that and then had to do broadcasting, I know we probably wouldn't be 100%. So hats off to these drivers for doing that. I know I stayed up pretty late watching a lot of streams last night, and that was a very interesting race. They updated the track with the new bumps, and they had to be fully focused for that race, so I can only imagine what it's like right now for them.
Yeah, and I've actually heard of two separate stories of two different drivers that ran in the 24 hours of Daytona last night into this morning, where they hit what we call the turtles, these huge curves in the bus stop on the backstretch, hitting them, and it spins them towards the wall, and they hit so hard. And both these drivers had a direct drive wheel. Both times they hit the wall so hard that it actually snapped the hub of the wheel on their direct drive wheel. So not only did they wreck their chances of getting a top 5 or a top 3 or even a win in their race, they actually broke their several $100 steering wheel that they used for the sim.
Yeah, a direct drive wheel is not cheap, and that's a bummer. I know turtles, I know I call them bumps. Turtles, I made a joke last night in one of my buddy's streams that they need to put wheelie bars, because some of those cars, the way they took off, that was something to watch.
Yeah, it's very interesting. So we have this pack of 4 here. Let's take a look and see what the gap is between these 4 and the pack in front of them. This pack's being led by the 2 of John McIntyre. He's 13 seconds back from the leader. So roughly, yeah, right at about 13 seconds from the lead pack. I believe they need to get more organized, unless they are in fuel saving mode and maybe trying to stretch it out to the end.
Yeah, I mean, I said there might be another caution, but the way these guys are driving right now, it's looking like fuel saving mode. I would not be surprised if the 54 gave up the lead and kind of went back to that lead pack a little bit just to save.
Unless these guys are not in fuel saving mode, maybe they know something that we don't. Maybe they can make it all the way to the end.
I mean, I'd have to go back and check, but I know a lot of these cars are the ones that came down and got fuel only early on.
Yeah, it's we'll definitely have to wait and see how it plays out here. As that lead pack is very well organized. But I'll tell you, someone who looks like they are very aggressive right now, that's that 3 of Dakota Camper. He has been all over the back bumper of the 54 of Dunning, really forcing Dunning to go all out here.
Yeah, as I see, he said he's being aggressive, and then right there I saw that his move on coming to the front stretch.
That looked like maybe he was taking a peek around the 54 to see where they were on the track, because it is very difficult to see out the windshield of these trucks when you're tucked up behind someone. Matter of fact, let's go right along with Dakota Camper on the visor cam here and see how he peeks out right there to see where they're at. Because when you pull up on the back bumper of someone just like that, you cannot see where you're going. and you see the paint on the wall, the different sponsor logos and all that. They really rely on that to know when they're about to enter the corner and to start kind of getting prepared to turn it down in there and try to hold a steady line.
Yeah, especially if they're bumper to bumper, like the three of Camper and 54 of Dunning and Ben. Camper's vision is definitely it's repetition of laps on this track, and that's what just shows the discipline that these drivers have and the dedication of drivers in iRacing in general, because the amount of laps run for you to know when that corner's coming. It's just muscle memory at its finest.
Yeah, these guys also have some lightning fast reflexes.
Oh yeah, to save their trucks like they do.
Yeah. And we have in the chat here, we got some people cheering for the 3 of Dakota Camper out there. And we got some love for the channel there from Mr. Stefan Foster. Much appreciated for the compliments there. Glad to have you along for the ride tonight here on the Full Sim Race Broadcast Network. Tonight, we have the Southern Excitement Racing League presented by Sim Racer Hub. These drivers are currently working on lap 56 as they come down the backstretch. Checkered flag scheduled to fly on lap 75. Barring that there are no late race cautions, causing us to go into overtime and have a green-white checkered finish.
Well, you said it, so now it's going to happen.
Go check back on this pack back here. Looks like they've fallen back a little bit. Not very organized. Cogswell and McIntyre really trying to work together hard right there with the 07 of Jewel. And looks like the 15 of McCanny, maybe? No, that's the 98 of Kevin Franks. Really kind of lagging back from these two, causing them to lose just ever so slightly to that lead pack.
Yeah, Franks, I believe, is a lap down. But it may hurt Cogswell, but that too was aggressive early on, and I'm not gonna say I don't want to make a guess like that, but like I said, when you're aggressive like that, what friends are you gonna have later on in the race? And that may be what we're seeing, unless they're playing fuel strategy, which could be a thing.
That is a possibility.
Because we know the 7 of Jewel, he stretched it farther than anybody else.
Yeah, by 1 lap though, but I don't know. But by the calculations, it looks like, Cogswell gives a huge bump to the 2 of McIntyre, really pushing the 2 out there. It's, Matt Crockett is coming down pit road. Looks like we're starting to see this cycle of green flag stops here, because a lot of these drivers last pitted on lap 39 with the exception of Jewel, who pitted on lap 40. We're now working on lap 59. Cogswell comes in. I feel like pit road is about to be a very busy place here.
I think Michael just radioed that he's coming to pit road. A couple of them just.
Get ready to see a lot of hard braking here. 54 peels off. The 3 and the 18. No, they're all coming.
Wow.
Did he get slowed down in time? Christopher Howell looked really fast right there. Or was that Dunning? That was Dunning right there that looked really super fast coming down pit road. It'll be interesting to see if he has a pit road penalty. We'll stay with him on pit road here. See if he is forced to stay in his box longer than the pit stop is. Jack goes down on the right. Left side goes up. Jack drops. He did not get a penalty. He is good. Had to check up a little bit for the 07 of George Jewell coming into his box. Go to Camper. Fantastic stop out of that 3 machine right there. With an 8.5 second stop. It's got to make you wonder if he got that thing full of fuel to make it to the end.
Yeah, I'm looking right here. I mean, these drivers just keep amazing me. They were at least 170 mile an hour, and a lot of them cut off extremely late and still made it to the pits.
Yeah, that was very interesting to see. I mean, I for sure thought the 54 of Dunning had a penalty with how hot he came down pit road. But it looks like he nailed it just right, though.
Oh, Michael. Pushing the 18 a howl. Oh, that was a push.
The 6 of Madsen going to follow along. Camper left out to dry. That's because of the short pit stop that he had that allowed him to get so far out front. He had no drafting help. The total pit lane times are pulled up now on the screen. Looks like Dakota Camper had the fastest with a 36.3. After that, it looks like it would be Justin Michael with a 38.4, then Hal with a 38.6. And then from there, you got a bunch of 39s and a 40. Oh, field gets a little squirrely right there. You see him have to dip below the yellow line. Luckily, none of them advanced their position.
I know our overlays are a little bit different, but it's telling me for pit road times they're around 34-second average.
That's a possibility. Just a little bit of a oh, I can't even speak.
It's all good.
The difference of software.
Yeah.
Got tongue-tied right there. Christopher Howell in the 18, your current leader. As the top 5 have broken away from the rest of the field. All single file, well organized. Here's that second pack, what's left of it. That's the 2 of McIntyre, the 27 of Cogswell, and the 07 of George Jewell. Looks like they're about 23 seconds back from the leader. These guys are going to be begging for a caution right now in order to get caught back up and make a run for the win here. But unless something major happens up front, I don't see it happening. Justin Michael, gonna shove the 18 of Howell down below the yellow line. That's gonna split the field up. 2 on the low, 3 on the high.
We're about 10 to go. It's it'll get pretty dicey, and a lot of these guys have fast repairs left, so I'm expecting some very intensive moves coming out of them.
Absolutely. These guys are really going to be pushing for it here, and I would say the last probably 2 laps with this lead pack.
Watch that 87 of Michael and the 6 of Madsen. I bet you they're going to get a massive run here.
Here comes the 87 pulling up onto the back bumper of the 3.
So if what I think Michael might do is kind of sit right here, give him enough space, get Madsen with him, and on the back stretch is where he's going to make a move. Because look right here, he's kind of leaning back a little bit, testing the waters.
It looks like Camper, I don't know if the 3 is laying back to maybe try to kill the run that the 87 and 6 are fixing to get, or if he just kind of backed off from the 54 a little bit.
Yeah, I know SDK gaming software is extremely accurate. I use Race Lab. It works pretty well, but yeah, no, Jacob's got the right overlay. So
right now, in the top 5, let's pull up the manufacturers here real quick. It's really kind of funny to look at. In the top 6 are all Chevys with 1 Toyota in 4th. Matter of fact, Justin Michael is the lone Toyota in the field in a sea of Chevrolet and Fords. Here goes Justin Michael to the outside. Gonna dip it back in behind the 3 of Camper. The 54 is really shoving the 18 of Howell very aggressively. Not really backing off.
well, we know he has a fast truck because he is the biggest mover of this race. I got scared there. I thought I was getting the hiccups. Yeah, I'm curious to see. I mean, if there is a caution, it'll definitely be interesting. Justin Michael goes to the outside.
Another huge shove from the 54 of Dunning.
Dunning's pushing Howell just at the right moment where Michael comes out and tries to get that run, but it definitely looks like the 3 of Dakota Camper is laying back just a little bit.
We have 7 laps to go now tonight in the Southern Excitement Racing League Truck Series presented by Sim Racer Hub. These guys are really starting to get aggressive. You can feel the intensity really ramping up as Michael and Madsen link together on the high line, really shoving very aggressively. Madsen not leaving the back bumper of Michael. And then you have the 54 of Dunning not laying off the bumper of the 18 of Howell. And then you just have Dakota Camper back there really just kind of hanging out, watching how things unfold here.
Yeah, he's laying back just enough. I'm actually going to go on the visor cam for Dakota Camper, and I want to see where his tack is. Yeah, he is laying back.
Jamie Dunning, he has to be getting close to overheating. I know during practice, some of these drivers were testing out how hot they could actually get these trucks before they would start losing power or blow up. And I believe Jamie Dunning was one of those, tucking in behind another driver in practice for a long run and really running that temperature up. I know he got it up to over 270 degrees, and it hadn't blown up on him then. And I'm really curious what the temperature looks like now in this truck. Five laps to go here tonight in the Southern Excitement Racing League Truck Series. They're working on lap 71 now.
Oh, just a little bit. That gives Michael. Oh, Dunning didn't give the push to Howell like he normally did on the backstretch. That'll let Michael and Madsen get that big run. But here comes Dunning again.
It's very interesting to see the tandem drafting aspect really coming back into play here.
Yeah, I was trying to bring that up earlier. I'm trying to remember. It was 07 or 08 when NASCAR allowed the drivers to actually talk to each other. There were certain drivers they could talk to because the tandem draft was the only way to get those cars to really move on a super speedway.
Yeah, and fun fact about the next gen car that NASCAR is going to be running this season in real world is the testing that they've done at Daytona. They've noticed that tandem drafting is a thing with this draft package that the next gens have. So we may be possibly getting a privilege to see the two-car tandem drafting once again in the NASCAR Cup Series.
Yeah, I mean, be curious to see, because we didn't see tandem drafting in the next gens at Daytona. So maybe tomorrow night we'll see that again and see if it works just as well. Because I know these drivers are going to test that out.
Yeah, definitely be interesting as these drivers are now working on lap 73 out of 75 here tonight. Christopher Howell, your leader, with Jamie Dunning pushing him with Dakota Camper in line behind those two. On the high line, you have the 87 of Justin Michael and the 6 of Dustin Madsen.
Yeah, the 54 is going to pop out. He's going to be the man that takes it 3 wide. Unless Michael does that and gets that side draft out of that corner. Yeah, those races were awesome, man. Junior and Stewart were the two people that I was trying to think about with the in-car.
Dunning must be, sorry to interrupt, Dunning must be overheating. You noticed he has backed off the bumper of Christopher Howell, and he is sticking that nose out from behind the 18, trying to get some air in front of that 54 to cool it off.
Well, yeah, he was tucked up with 18 for how many laps?
And now he has tucked back up behind him, possibly cooled it off enough and said, you know what, we're going to full send it to the rest of this race. If it blows up, it blows up. As they're working their way now through turns 3 and 4, they see the flag man with the white flag in the air.
Yep, here comes the...
Oh! How did they save that?
I don't even know.
Flying. Justin Michael forced below the yellow line there. White flag is out. This race is official no matter what happens now. Dakota Camper to the high side of Christopher Howell. Here comes Justin Michael to the back bumper of Howell, shoving the 18. Now Michael not squared up. 54 Dunning now running with the 3 of Camper on the high lane. What's Camper going to do? Here goes Madsen down to the inside. Camper's going to go down to block him, leaving Dunning high and dry. But here comes 18 of Howell and the 87 of Michael. They're going to split Dunning. Dunning's going to go to the back here.
Oh, I don't even know.
The 3 coming to the line through the tri-oval. Dakota Camper, Christopher Howell. Who's going to get it? Christopher Howell gets it at the line. 18 is your winner.
Yeah, but who got third?
Justin Michaels being scored third place right now. Holy cow.
Camper. So I got Howell, Camper, Michael, but Michael and Dunning by .01.
Wow. Christopher Howell pulling it off, going to the top spot in a very exciting finish right there. Christopher Howell, your winner tonight. 87 of Justin Michael coming up, giving him a congratulatory bump there. Southern Excitement Racing League Truck Series brought to you by Sim Racer Hub never fails to disappoint here. Man, this just gets me more excited for tomorrow night when they're going to have the next gens out here.
Second place was crazy.
We're going to have to go back and watch that again. Christopher Howell's going to burn it down for those of you watching.
Wow.
Fantastic finish. Let's go back and look at that one more time here. And we'll slow it down.
I went to TV too, and whew, that is Talladega at its finest.
And as they come across the line, about halfway through the trioval, we'll slow it down. We'll slow it down here. You see Howell getting pushed by Michael on the high line. Madsen trying to push the 3 up there, but not having enough momentum, not to the back bumper of Michael. They come to the line. Howell clearly out front. 3 wide for second. Holy cow. Back that up a little bit. Holy cow. Looking at that between the 3 of Camper and the 87 of Michael. That is not much room at all right there. That is insane. Holy cow.
It's crazy how that the 18 of Christopher Howell was on that high line. And because where the start-finish line of Talladega is, you had just enough space to get out front.
Yeah. Holy cow. Well, let's get our official finishing order up here for everyone to see. Presented by Sim Racer Hub. Christopher Howell brings home the checkered flag in the 18 machine. Dakota Camper bringing it home in second with the 3 machine by almost, looks like 6/1000ths of a second between the 3 and the 87. Justin Michael bringing it home third. Fourth, Jamie Dunning. Fifth, Dustin Madsen. Sixth, Jonathan Cogswell. George Jewell bringing it home seventh. Eighth was John McIntyre. Ninth, Matt Crockett. 10th, James McCanney. 11th, Kevin Franks. And that's your official finishing order here tonight in the Southern Excitement Racing League Truck Series presented by Sim Racer Hub. Let's get to our interviews here. Let's get our third place finisher in the booth, Mr. Justin Michael. Hey there, Justin Michael. You got a copy? Justin Michael, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man. Exciting finish there. Bringing it home P3. Walk us through how that race went for you.
Yeah, it was a good race. Kept it clean the whole race for us anyway, and everybody else on the team. And not much to say about it. I mean, small field, a lot of single file racing. Just wanted to lead some laps and be there at the end, and we were, and had a chance to win it, but I scrubbed the wall there a little bit off 4 and killed my run. I was gonna push Chris clear and then try to side draft and pull him back beside me, but it didn't work out. So it's all good. We'll take the third.
Yeah, We were trying to figure out some of the pit strategies some of y'all were trying to do. Were you part of that group? I think you were. That pitted on that last lap, 1 lap to green under that last caution.
Yeah, we pitted with the coming with 1 to green, just to drop to the back. There was no strategy involved. I just wanted to be in the back to get away from any possible wrecks.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure you're fairly secured going into the round of 8, which starts next Saturday at Pocono. How do you feel about going out there to the Tricky Triangle?
I like Pocono a lot. It's one of my favorite tracks. Win there a lot, so I can't wait. Hopefully it's going to be a good run for us.
Roger, you have any questions for Justin here?
No questions, man. I just got to give hats off to you guys. You guys wheel these things probably better than I've seen anybody else do it, and it's exciting to call and exciting to watch. So, great job, great finish. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow night.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
You have any shout outs or sponsor plugs you want to get out there for the people watching?
Just give Scott Patton out there a shout out for Patton Paints for painting this awesome truck for me as always. I definitely want to look him up if you need something done for you. And just time I sent you over there, but definitely good guy to work with.
All right, man. Well, once again, congrats on bringing it home in 3rd. And going to Talladega again tomorrow night in the Next Gen Series. Definitely going to be looking for you to get a good finish out there. And maybe we'll get to talk to you again tomorrow night after the race there at Talladega in the Next Gen Series.
I hope so. We'll hopefully see you guys tomorrow.
All right. Well, you have a good night.
You too.
And that was Justin Michael in the 87 machine bringing it home in 3rd with that very exciting photo finish for 2nd place right there. Now let's bring in our 2nd place finisher, Mr. Dakota Camper. Hey there, Dakota Camper. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man. Congrats on bringing it home in the runner-up position. Walk us through how that last lap went for you, kind of laying back, and then right there in turns 3 and 4 started to make your move.
Yeah, I was working with Jamie. Jamie done such a good job. He was right there around the cut line and was trying to get him a win tonight. Try to push him best I could, but just, great job by the team. The whole race, all 5 of us in there working together, getting that like 24 seconds ahead of 5th or 6th or whatever. And just did a great job the whole race to get that far ahead. And then it just kind of come down to us all right at the end. And yeah, it was chaotic, but glad to come home 2nd.
Yeah, it was very exciting to watch, especially the hands of some of these drivers being able to save these trucks being completely sideways in the middle of a pack. And ultimately being able to save it without having any incident going on. How do you look forward next week going to Pocono?
I love Pocono, one of my favorite tracks. I know a lot of people don't like that track, which is, I think, play into my hands. Hopefully we can get up there, and I know Justin will be super fast and Dustin, so hopefully we can get up there and just make our way into the top 4. I think a good finish tonight, a good stage finish. Will put us up in the seed, so we'll have a good shot at making that top 4, and Pocono's a good track for me.
Well, Roger, you have any questions for Dakota?
No, like I said, no questions really for me tonight. This pretty simple track. Like I said to Justin, hats off to you guys. You guys wheel these trucks, and can't wait to see it at Pocono and tomorrow night.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one.
Well, you have any shout-outs or sponsor plugs you want to get out there for the people watching tonight?
Yeah, I got Unchained Motorcycle Ministry on the truck. Want to give a big shout-out to them, Jeremy Chastity Monk that run that. And that's run out of our church. We're doing live streams on Sunday mornings on the Gathering Place Church Live on Facebook and YouTube. So I'll be getting a paint done by Zero X Designs to promote that on Sunday nights. So yeah, just big shout out to y'all. Y'all do a great job. I know that was probably kind of boring, but I know there'll be some interesting tidbits I'm sure y'all said through the night.
All right, man. Well, we greatly appreciate it. And maybe we'll get to talk to you again tomorrow night after, once again, we're at Talladega in the Next Gen cars.
Yeah, Talladega all week. I do want to give a big shout out to my teammates in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 finish. That was a phenomenal job. So just a great job to all my teammates. And we'll see y'all next week and tomorrow night.
All right, man. Well, you have a good night, and maybe we'll get to talk to you again tomorrow night.
All righty. See you, bud.
Later. And that was Dakota Camper in the 3 machine, bringing it home in second. Photo finish for that second position at that.
I do want to say one thing. He said it was probably boring for us up here.
It was
the
not.
first 30 laps. It was like I was on the edge of my seat.
Yeah, the whole race I was. Now let's get our race winner in here, Mr. Christopher Howell. Man that I definitely want to talk to after having a near bad incident there in turns 3 and 4. Hey there, Christopher Howell. You got a copy?
Yeah, you got me.
Hey, man, walk us through that last few laps for you and ultimately bringing home the checkered flag, and congrats on that. How tight were you holding that steering wheel there, especially on that last lap?
Pretty tight, that's for sure. I knew these guys were going to come with everything they had there at the end, so that was expected. And, of course, I had to put the block on. Unfortunately, I almost wrecked a couple of my teammates, but I got the win, but definitely wasn't trying to take him out for the win, that's for sure.
Yeah, it was definitely exciting. You looked like you had gotten pushed up out of the groove. Or no, that was Dunning that got pushed up out of the groove. I can't remember. There was so much action going on there in that last corner. And ultimately, you got the good push there through the trioval to push you out front. Were you worried at all about getting turned there coming to the trioval?
No, Justin's a pretty good pusher. I was just hoping he was going to go with me. I think he's seen that I had a pretty good run, so he's like, you know what, I'm just going to go with Chris and see what happens, and it worked out. So,
well, looking forward to next week. Going to be going over to Pocono to the Tricky Triangle. How do you feel about going out there?
Pocono is one of my favorite tracks. I really like Pocono. We'll see. You know, it's a crapshoot. I think last year I finished top 5, so we'll see.
Well, Roger, you have any questions for Christopher?
Yeah, actually, I do have for you. When Justin hit the wall, when he was pushing you, did you think that was your run was done, or did he give you a big enough push before that happened that you knew that you were going to clear those trucks?
To be honest with you, I didn't even know he hit the wall. But he gave me a good enough push, that's for sure.
Well,
man,
you have any shout outs or sponsor plugs you want to get out there?
Sim Racer Hub sponsors our league, so that's first and foremost, and then the admins of the league and SERL. Also, you guys for broadcasting, Full Sim Broadcasting Network, and that's pretty much it. But I just want to thank the sponsors for the league, for sure.
Well, much appreciated, Christopher. And once again, congrats on bringing home the checkered flag here at Talladega. And maybe we'll get to talk to you again tomorrow night here in the Southern Excitement Racing League Next Gen Series from Talladega once again.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, you have a good night.
Yeah, you too.
And that was Christopher Howell, your winner tonight in the Southern Excitement Racing League Truck Series presented by Sim Racer Hub, bringing home the checkered flag in a very exciting last lap of that race. Very roller coaster ride for him, leading the white flag and then getting shuffled back and then getting a huge run there at the end off the bumper of Justin Michael and ended up coming across the line in first. Let's take you through the rundown of the finishing order one more time before we sign off here. Christopher Howell is your winner. In second, Dakota Camper. Third was Justin Michael. Fourth, Jamie Dunning. Fifth was Dustin Matson. Sixth, Jonathan Cogswell. Seventh was George Jewell. Eighth, John McIntyre. Ninth, Matt Crockett. 10th, James McCanney. And rounding out the field in 11th was the 98 of Kevin Franks. That's your official finishing order presented by Sim Racer Hub. Now, coming up, January 27th and 28th, we have two big one-off races. The 27th is going to be the Budman 100. It's a big one-off dirt race. Going to be a pay-to-win race with a free entry. And on January 28th is the Budman 600 miles, 400 laps at Charlotte Motor Speedway to represent the Memorial Day weekend race of the Coke 600 in NASCAR. Going to be a free entry with $100 to win there, presented by Budman and Invasion Racing League. Coming up on February 4th, we have the Pre-Clash Clash presented by Full Send Motorsports, sponsored by VigilanteRacing.com. That's going to be a $10 entry fee, and based on a field of 40 cars, $200 to win, $100 to second, and $50 to third. And coming up, I believe it is February 19th, the Saturday before the Daytona 500, is going to be the prelude to the 500, brought to you by Ron Morris Racing. That's going to be, I believe, $500 to win, if I'm correct, without looking at it. That's going to be an exciting race. It's going to be 500 miles at Daytona International Speedway in the next-gen cars, I believe it is. Going to be a fantastic race. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell here on the Full Send Broadcast Network. That way you know every time we go live to bring you some great side-by-side racing. For Roger Pierce, I'm Jacob, signing off here on the Full Send Broadcast Network. We'll see you again tomorrow night for the Southern Excitement Racing League Next Gen Series from Talladega.